Hello everyone. We're Chalkin History with Shelly. Come on in and take a seat and enjoy tonight's demo. Should be a quick one. Make sure you say hello, give me a thumbs up, and a share if you can. We're going to get this sprinkled out, and then we will start in a moment as soon as everything is set up. A wee bit wicked tonight. That's what we're working on. Okay, guys, just another moment, and I believe my text messaging system will go out in a moment if you would like to get notified. And this is for any time, whenever I go live. Go ahead and comment text, and we will get you all set up so that when I do go live, you will get a text saying, "Hey there, I'm live." All right, we just went out. And then you can choose whether you'd like to hop on or not. There's no obligation. All right. I think we're almost there. If someone could say, "Hey, hey," and we will get started. Let me just click on that. We're going to turn that off. Hello, you guys. The weekend has come to an end. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Boy, I was busy today, and my body hurts from my head to my toes. I have just been moving and shifting and organizing and throwing stuff away. And we're getting close. We're getting close. So I'll probably kind of keep at it this week to get things all nice and prettied up. Hi, Kathy. How are you? All right. Thanks for sprinkling. I appreciate you. Let's just dive right in. If you want to go ahead and during the replay or now, if you pull out your mobile device camera app on your mobile device, you can scan that QR code and it will put the transfer in your cart. It will put in a 12 pack of the mini squeegees because you want as many mini squeegees as you can get. I cut them in half to come up with some smaller ones. You can cut them up in thirds. And you're not going to have to always wash them in between colors. So I recommend the 12 pack. I threw in some black velvet. I'm good. I'm tired and I'm sore. And then that should qualify you to open up our new color of the month. It's called Superstitious. So that's what we're going to use tonight along with the black velvet. So, hello. All right. So what I did was I threw the transfer in your cart. And then I threw in the digi file, right? So that's a separate file where you can cut your own things on a laser machine, on your Cameo, on your Cricut, whatever medium you like to do that on. And then I also threw in our chalkable shapes in case you just don't want to bother with the digi file and you just want to get the shapes. So just make sure before you check out, you take out what you don't want and then add if you need anything, if you need some board erasers or extra paste or anything like that, okay? So I have the shapes, and then I just have this fun little cutting board. I think that's a Target sticker. So that's where I got them. I just got a whole ton of them, and it used to say, it said some kind of a saying on it, a thankful saying or something like that. So I just kind of sanded that off. Let's see if I got all that stuff out. Oh no, there's tons of stuff in there. You want to make sure it's nice and clean before we start. Okay, let's wipe that up. All right, so we're gonna wipe that off. But you want to make sure, I'll show you what it looked like before I messed with it here. Grab another one. I bought all of them because I think they're so cute. It says, eat together, live thankfully, gather often. So I do have actually one that I didn't touch. I like the saying, I like the design, but then I just bought a ton, and honestly, you just take a little sanding box, sand that right off, and it's ready to be crafted on. All right, so we are going to put that aside, and we're going to go ahead and paint this black. All right, so I'm going to get out my black velvet. This is a very almost empty jar, and I'm just going to get it wet, just a couple little sprinkles, and I'm going to kind of make my own, not paint per se, but like a kind of like a color wash, okay, so that we can paint our little cutting board here. So we're going to go ahead and paint that using our paste. It's really thick on my brush, so I'm going to kind of just spray my cutting board here, and this will let it spread a lot better. Water does wonders. I guess we're going to go in between here too. If you like that, the wood color to show through, then just make sure you try really hard not to get the color in there. All right. Just giving it a quick coat here. I just see parts of it still not wanting to get black. I think I got it now. Okay. All right, now let's just kind of flip it and get our handle done, and then we'll get this dry. Okay. There we go. Let's grab our quick dry tool. Let's see if this does the job of drying it. Because it's watered down, it's probably going to take a little bit longer to dry. Otherwise, I have just kind of like a higher heat tool that will get that dry lickety split. But for now, we're just going to use our quick dry tool here. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the little hat, the little witch's hat from that chockable shape package. And we're going to paint this with our Superstitious. So we'll take that out. Okay. Let's see. Feels a little damp, so I'm going to kind of let it sit there, and I'm going to show you all the pieces and how they coordinate. Now, if you get the digital file, you get more pieces of the transfer that you can cut out. But if you just get the shapes that are already cut for you, you get the little ornate frame. And then you got our little warlock. Is that the man version? You have a witch's head, and then you get the hat. Now, if you buy the digifile, they actually do an outline for that saying, the skull, the bird, or the bird. I think they do it for a wee bit wicked, and they also do the outline for that. So they just don't do the spider, I don't think, or the spider web. So you'll get more options to cut yourself. If you don't care, then just get the chalkable shapes and do with it what you will. Also, if you get our Tiered Tray Essentials kit, the pack, you can do a lot of other things with these little pieces and this transfer. That also, that's also a lot of fun. You can add all these other pieces, parts. Okay, let's make sure this guy is dry real good. And then what we're going to do is we are going to wax it, because I'm not sure if you guys can see this. You would think from me sanding it, it would be smooth, but there is a lot of wood texture in there. So we're gonna put a layer of wax on. Open my wax. I am just grabbing this is kind of like one of those car buffing pads. We also have a wax applicator. I just don't have any at the moment. So I'm just going to grab a little bit. And I'm going to go with those lines so that we're not getting a whole bunch of wax stuck in there. All right, but you want to apply it. Excuse me. So I'm applying it, and then I'm just going to kind of buff it off too at the same time. If you do get any in those little cracks, we can get that out. Okay. Now the wax acts as a nice little barrier between your chalk paste and your actual surface. Okay, so like in this instance, because this wood is so porous and textured, your paste would probably not give you a good crisp lines, just because it's just going to have a heyday with all that wood texture. Okay, so I'm just kind of going through those lines in there, trying to get out that wax. Looks good. Okay, looks great. Give you guys a close up here. All right, so then what we're gonna do, we need to get out what saying we're gonna use. I'm gonna open this up, and I'm going to use Witches Gotta Stick Together. That's what we're gonna use today. So I'm gonna cut that along the cut lines. Okay. Hanging on by a thread. There we go. And we're going to need our little hat. So let's do that too. Let's just get that cut out. So many more things you could do with this transfer. But that Tiered Tray Essentials kit is definitely a must if you guys like to do tiered trays, because you can make so many pieces parts with that. All right, so this is going to go with that. Okay. Now we're going to mark on the back. I can't wait to open this up. I haven't opened it up yet. Okay. We Bit Wicked. And this is Stick Together. And then we're going to say We Bit Wicked. This is so I know. This is the hat. This is so I know what pieces parts go to what backer sheets, just in case I have a bunch of transfers sitting out, which right over there you can't see, but I have a ton of transfers that need to find their homes. So I write on the back so I know what collections stick together. Okay. Let's go ahead. I am going to zoom in here for you guys. There we go. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to try to play my odds with these lines, right? Try to get that broom. Because we need a spot for the hat. So I think the hat's going to kind of go more up top. We're pretty much going to use this entire space here. All right, because my transfer is fairly translucent, I can see where the lines are going to fall. So there's going to be a little break in that broom. All right, and I'm rubbing it down. I'm actually going with those little sections of my little cutting board here. I'm using my squeegee. That'll help me move the air bubbles out. Make sure I get a really good connection with my board here. I'm going to take a look, see if it's looks a little crooked or not. I mean, according to the top, it might be a tad, but I think that might have been how I cut it. So, because this side is pretty straight, this side not so much. All right, let's just move that up again, just a little bit, just in case it's me and not the transfer, just in case. Okay, there, I think that might be better. Okay, so let's do that again. We're gonna rub that down really well. I can actually see the wood grain coming up through that transfer. So I know I'm really getting a good adhesion with my board. Okay. And I didn't pull out a whole bunch of colors or anything. We're just going to do strictly Superstitious, brand new, never opened. Ooh, look at that. My fingernail won't catch it. Look at that color, you guys. How pretty is that? So the only way you can get this is by unlocking it. And you have to spend a minimum of $75 in your cart. That's before shipping and taxes. And then it'll say, hooray, you've earned an opportunity to get this. And you can put up to 3 jars in your cart. So you can purchase up to 3 jars. So if you think you really like this color, I suggest you get the 3 jars because this will be sold out soon. All right, so we're just going to glide it over our transfer wherever I see that design. And I'm going with the wood grain. I'm going with those little routed out areas. Okay, I'm holding my squeegee upright. That will help me get all that excess off and spread it where I need to. This is going to look so pretty. Another reason why I use the wax is because it will help my paste really stick to my little cutting board. Okay. Are you guys ready? Let's do a peel. Peel to reveal. And then squeal. Witches gotta stick together. Oh my gosh, isn't that fun? Everything's water soluble, so I'll take that under my sink, give it a quick rinse, and it'll all be ready to go. Okay, let's get that. Or no, we're not going to close that up yet. Okay, let's put this aside for a moment. We're going to bring over our little witch hat. I'm going to get another little foam brush. Just going to dip it into my, that might be too much. Dip it into my jar. Pay attention to which way the hat goes. Which is which. So it kind of goes to my right. its left, but my right. And we're just going to paint our chalkable chip. Chalkable chip shape. I'm not wetting it down. I'm not doing anything. We want a nice, thick covering. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we'll chalk black on top. Okay. All right. Let's give that a quick blow dry. Now, normally, if this was a bigger shape, I would probably wax it. But because we're working with a really small area, I'm not going to. I may do a second coat on top because I see a little bit of white coming through, and I think that's probably just because of my foam brush. It's leaving, you know, strokes. So I may just go ahead and give that a really quick coat. We're going to dip it in again. We're going to apply another coat right on top. That's better. Much, much better. I really like this color. This is a pretty, pretty color. There we go. So pretty. There. I think that's better. Much better, more solid. I don't see any of the white coming through. I like it on the white. On the black, it kind of changed colors a little bit. We could always do a second layer if we wanted to. It's those darn lines, right? The paste falls through. Some people like that look. Some people don't. You know, you could always do it on the flat side on the other side. Okay. So let's get this transfer. I'm going to remove it. And because our transfers are translucent, I can put it down and I can see exactly where it's going to go. So you can kind of see the shadow coming off of it. So you can see that outline. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. There we go. Just going to gently rub it down. All right, this is one time where it could possibly pull up some of that paste. All right, I'm going to try to find some black velvet paste here. Like I said, this is a very old jar. I think I got enough. You use very, very little. All right, we're just going to paste over that. Again, the wax does offer that layer of protection, right? So it would have protected that superstitious color, and the black would have sat on top of it. So let's just see what happens. If it doesn't go our way, we can wash it off and start over. It's amazing. Nope, this worked just fine. How cute is that? Just fine. How cute. Okay. Try to see if I have any like sticky dots. I think I do. Or you can use some hot glue, wood glue. I could probably use some wood glue. Oh, see, that's drying definitely now. It must have still been wet, because that's definitely drying more similar to the hat now. And I see I missed some of my broomstick there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my squeegee. I'm just going to touch the tip of my squeegee in my paste. Okay. I'm just going to plop it down. Okay. Let's do it this way. Okay. All right. It'll be a little darker in that spot, but that's okay. All good. And we can put that there. Or you could put it up top just to cover that. That would be cute too. Okay. All right, I think I like it lower. Like that. Okay, let me see. I think I have a sticky thingy in here. If you're a paper crafter, you probably have those sticky squares everywhere. Let's see if I can get this one up. All kinds of stuff in here. All kinds of little doodads. That's not coming out. What is this? Okay. You guys, this was me all day long. I'd be going through stuff and I'd be like, oh my gosh, what is this? I forgot I had that. What is this? Okay, let's put all this back. Do you guys do the same thing? You go through all your stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot I had that. Funny, because I just bought 2 more of them yesterday. Yes, guilty, 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 guilty. All right, so we're going to flip this guy over. I'm going to probably put it down lower. Remove that square. Okay. Then we're going to remove that adhesive part or cover. Okay, so the adhesive is still there. Let's see if I can catch that. Can't really catch the square, but it is there. And then I think we're going to place it. Try to make that equal. Let's see, let's move it up a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to press that down. Cute, cute, cute. And there you have it. Witches gotta stick together. All right, I love it. If you guys have some fun little ribbon, you can put that through the hole. I have like buffalo check. I wonder if I have anything with those 2 colors or something similar, so I might look for something like that. But that's it, guys. A cute little something to put on your tiered tray, or I don't know, just hang it up on against the wall, on your countertop, something. Let's see. I'm trying to see if it'll fit in our display stand. So you remember we have that, I think it's like 15 inches. It's a display stand. I'm wondering if that would fit in there. Oh, it's just a little too big. This is a little too big. It wasn't meant to go in this. Darn. But if you did have wood that was about 3 millimeters, that's what, or like a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch? Yeah, that fits right through in there. Not a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch. Those will fit nicely in there. So like this. Or no, this is 1/16 of an inch. This is teeny. Trying to see if I have any wood cutouts. I just cleaned up everything, so no, I don't. All right, so here's one of our tags, which is the 3 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch. Those fit perfectly in all of our display stands. So we could have done it on there. That would have been cute too. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for jumping on tonight. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Just a few more hours left. I'll see you again soon.